Bote bandeko nusiemi salama kembu ta Tanzania manzulu kinfumu kia kuyisa. I'm na be Kefas Nzambi a Benisa. The Bible is a plagiarized book. It is a book full with, text from Africa, text from the Bantu, which the European took, and they created the Biblia, a collection of books. But however, Simon Kimbangu told us to continue to read the Bible, not to burn it, not to throw it away, but to continue to read the book. Because by doing so, we will catch the thief with the object which he stole. So the thief needs to be caught. And one of the ways to catch the thief red-handed is to use the Bible itself. Yes. Because Kimbangu told us, by continue to read the Bible. Now, when he said continue to read the Bible to catch the thief, he's not alluding to reading the Bible like we used to do, just the translation of it, the King James, the national, international version, the whatever versions you are reading, those are just translations. Yes? But he actually meant for us to go into the depth of the Bible itself. So when we look into the Strongs and we study the Strongs, we discover the Bantu roots in the biblical Hebrew. All right? And that's what he meant when he said, continue to read the Bible. By doing so, you will catch the thief. So we will continue to read the Bible, and we will continue to reveal the secrets which the Europeans hid, which the Jewish people hid. Congo Katiopa is the mother of all Bantu. Congo Katiopa is the navel, it is the embo, it is the birthplace. From Congo Katiopa, which the Bible translators and the Greek and Roman philosophers and historians called Kush. Yes? They called it Kush, in Greek, Ethiopia. Now, when we talk about Ethiopia, we are not alluding to the present day Ethiopia, but to the ancient Ethiopia, Katiopa, which is Congo. Yes, which is Congo. We need to deprogram our minds. Why? Most of the things that we have learned are lies. Yes? Cover-ups, deceptions. And we think them to be true. We base our theology on it, we base our life, our philosophy on it, but they are all lies. And the book actually tells us that in the last days, when you read the book of Jeremiah 16, that in the last days, the people of Nzambi will come together and say, oh my goodness, and all other peoples, okay? Even the Bango, the Ngoyi, they will all come to this realization. We have inherited lies from our fathers. What lies in the world are lies. The world is governed through lies. Okay? This present dispensation, the rulers of this age, they rule through lies and manipulations, through mind control. There is no truth. So Tatan Zambi said, in the last days, I will resurrect my people who have been dead for centuries. I will resurrect them. So the valley of dry bones is Congo. The valley of dry bones are the Bantu, who have been murdered, robbed, spoiled, put into slavery, colonized. Yes. And even today, we are oppressed, colonized spiritually, colonized culturally, colonized religiously, in every aspect. The moon too is colonized. So we need to decolonize ourselves. That's why we need to talk about the Congo resurrection. Yes, the Congo resurrection. What is resurrection? It's the act of coming back to life. It is the revitalization of human body, coming back alive. The Muntu is dead, but we need to come back alive. And the one who will bring us back alive is the Mwandan Sem, is the Spirit of the living God, the Spirit of Nzambi Mpungutulendo. As he has said in multiple prophecies, in the last days, the fathers will go after the sons, and he will blow the wind of change. He will blow the wind of the Mwandan Semi, the Holy Spirit, that will resurrect the dead Muntu to life. And that's what we are experiencing, you know. It's the wind of the Most High blowing, restoring life unto us. And as we are being restored, there's also confusion. Why is there confusion? Because your whole life you have been told a certain thing. And now as the Spirit of Nzambi is moving, revealing to you what was hid, confusion takes place, right? Because now you try to fight the truth, because you want to maintain the lie. You think by yourself, how is this possible? How can this be? The Congo people are the children of Zulu, are the Israelites of the Bible, are the so-called ancient people of the book. We are the origin. Our ancestors are the origin. Yes. And we will continue to talk about the resurrection of Congo. The resurrection, the kingdom of Congo will rise again. And the kingdom of Congo, when it rises, it will restore the balance in the world, peace in the world. All Abrahamic religions talk about peace, right? They talk about if the whole world is filled. Listen, they talk about if when the whole world is Christianized, or or the whole world becomes Muslim, Islamic, or the whole world becomes Jewish, that peace will reign supreme on earth. But amongst the Christian nations themselves, right? No peace. They're always fighting. They had the wars against each other. No peace. How do they want to bring peace in the world? Think about it. Amongst the Islamic people, it's the same thing. It's always fighting. It's always wars, killing each other. How will they restore peace in the world? And we know, of course, amongst the Jewish, yes. Let me, I don't want this video to be flagged, but also there, we know there's a lot of lies, a lot of deception, yes, a lot of wicked things. When you read the Talmud, for example, you will be shocked what unholy things are written in there. All right? But when the European came to Congo, they found a people of God, really. Yes, they found peace amongst us, love amongst us. We had no prison houses, all right? Actually, if someone behaved himself different, it was the responsibility of the entire community. Yes. So if someone, for example, became a criminal, the Bantu people, the Congo people, considered that they as a community failed that individual. You understand? So it was a us mentality, not an individualistic mentality. So from you do you, I do me, and we are just in between. No. So when the European came, they found a great kingdom, very organized kingdom. Yes, well organized kingdom, well structured. We were not living in huts. The kings had palaces. Yeah. Some European even wrote that we had paved roads. Yes, that we have paved roads. We had lights on the streets. In Africa, in Congo. The history as we know it is a falsification of Europeans. You understand? They have this attitude that to become great, they have to lie, they have to manipulate, and they have to destroy all the historic monuments and evidences so that they can claim greatness to themselves. Inferiority complex. That's what they suffer, inferiority complex. Because they know. But my question is, how did the mighty fall? You understand? How did the mighty fall? My goodness. That's something, eh? It reminds me of King Saul. King Saul, the Bible tells us that he was a great warrior, a great king. But he fell in battle with his sons, perished, died. This is exactly a great illustration and parallel with the Congo people. the Bantu. We fell. Why did we fall? Why did Saul fall? Why did the mighty fall? How? What happened? How can a giant be slain? Now, our ancestors had a covenant with Kongo Kalunga, with the angel of the covenant. Maleki Makongo, Maleki Mambeli, the angel of the covenant. And the covenant prescribed that we should live our life according to the agreement, that we should live our life according to a set of principles. Our ancestors, when the European came and started to introduce a foreign religion and to lie and deceive them, they immediately had to reject the religion of Christianity. They had to reject adopting the ways of Europe. They had to reject baptism according to Christian beliefs. They didn't. And that was one of the reasons that the Bantu people began to fall, because we started to adopt. And another thing, there was a conspiracy against the Bantu. Yes? We know the book of Job 3 that says that the nations came together for the destruction of Congo, to divide Congo. This prophecy does not deal with present day state of Israel. Okay? Do you remember the Berlin Congo conference? They came against Congo. Now, people, this weekend, I will upload a video. Maybe it will be a live stream session. I'm not sure yet, but I will have a special guest and we will discuss the resurrection of Congo and the Bantu identity. Yes, this weekend on Sunday. It will be on a Sunday. So subscribe if you're not. Turn on the notification so that as soon as we upload or as we go live, you will be there. Ingeta? Yeah, so remember, this weekend, Sunday, we have a special episode with a guest. Ingeta. So I hope to see you in that video. Tatanzamba bless you. I'm Nabi Kefas. I have arrived to my destination, so it was a very short video. I'll see you next time. Ingeta, Kembu.